So the Biden administration has spent months now touting a company called Proterra. They tell us Proterra is a key part of the new green infrastructure plan that's going to save the country. They funnel money to cities to buy electric buses made by Proterra. What's interesting is that Proterra doesn't seem to have a very good record of producing electric buses. According to the Washington Free Beacon, one city in Wisconsin paid $1.5 million for 2 Proterra buses back in 2018, but never got the buses. So why is the administration promoting this one specific company? Well, we don't know for sure, but one possibility is that Jennifer Granholm, that's the Secretary of Energy, recently owned more than $1 million of stock in that company. She only sold it after reporting about Matthew Foldi, who's with the Washington Free Beacon and joins us now. Matthew Foldi, thanks so much for coming on. How could the Secretary of Energy own stock in a green energy company?
Tucker, thank you so much for having me on. It's green energy grift, plain and simple. She owned millions of dollars of stock in Proterra, even though Biden put her in charge of running the nation's electric vehicle battery supplies back in February. They promoted it repeatedly. Biden visited it. Kamala visited it. The State Department hosted the CEO. And no one cared. You know, you're one of the few journalists who actually cares about this scandal that has all the hallmarks of corruption that normally people would care about.
So if you're promoting a brand new technology, in a lot of cases unproven technology, and that goes for all parts of the new energy grid they're telling us we need to build, you're going to be promoting companies that are not established companies. So wouldn't rule one be nobody promoting those companies can have any shares in those companies? I mean, that seems really obvious.
You would think so, and remember the outcry when Ivanka Trump held up a can of Goya beans. It was never-ending, but Granholm has made millions of dollars from the government promoting a company that she was on the board of for 4 years. She quit the board after her confirmation, but she continues to not even tell us who she sold the stock to. I asked the Energy Department again today, who was the undisclosed buyer who paid Granholm a net profit of $1.6 million for 240,000 non-public shares of Proterra. We have absolutely no idea who bought her stock. And yeah, you're right. It's pretty insane. And yet no one really seems to care because I think everyone thinks green energy is a good thing. And clearly there can be no corruption from the Biden administration. But both of those things aren't true.
May I ask a really quick question? Jennifer Granholm, as far as I know, has no skills. I don't think she's ever done anything. No, I'm not being mean. A lot of people have never done anything, but she's especially never done anything. Why would she be on the board of an energy company?
Well, she was the governor of Michigan, and
right.
We can account
not
for
a good one.
That's a fair point. She was a CNN contributor. She was a Media Matters contributor. And she was on the board of Proterra. I think you're making the point here that Proterra, this tiny company, is one of the best connected companies I've seen. Its investors include the mega donor Pritzker family. Obviously, it used to include Jennifer Granholm as an investor. This tiny company is slowly sort of making its way through the Biden admin. Its advisors and board members have spoken with the Department of Defense, the State Department, Gina McCarthy, obviously Biden himself. I mean, it's insane. And as we were saying earlier, no one really seems to care except you, me, and a couple of others.
Thank you for doing this reporting. I mean, you did the reporting. I just read it and was amazed by it. I hope you'll come back. Keep it up. Matthew Foldi, thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too.